Hi everybody, Will here. So I apologize. Just want to apologize for interrupting your day of contemplation. If that's what you do today, that's what I do. It's what I've been doing, and it's what I intend to do. But something happened yesterday, like the day before today. That around here we consider that family and friends day. Like you don't work, you don't do too much stuff unless you're with your family and friends, or like it can be one or the other or mix, right? It doesn't matter. But just that you're with people that you like and you love and stuff, and that reciprocate those feelings to you, and maybe the other people are with you as well. So we did that, and so in doing so, Uncle Dave was there. Like not my Uncle Dave, like that's a different guy, but the guy, my good friend Dave, who my kids call Uncle Dave because he's like an uncle but not related. I think I've explained it before. I think you understand what I'm saying. But this gave me a golden opportunity for something that I've been contemplating since the get go of this, like since it started with the girl. Um, and I finally got to ask him a question that I wanted answered by him to see if either maybe Wendy was right or I was right or we were both wrong or somehow both right. I don't know. There's a lot of options to think of here. So I'm like, Dave, hello. Well, I didn't. Wait, come on. Okay, anyway, I'm just trying to do the. Anyway. So I see him and I go, Dave, I guess I got to ask you a question. Like, what kind of heinous thought were you thinking when you're talking about the world's oldest profession in front of Wendy and her friends? And he goes on a bit of a tear here where he says, learning about the world's oldest profession is really important. I mean, I don't know why they're not teaching kids about this in school, but it's like new information, old information. It's all mixed together, and a lot of people are confused. But it really puts into perspective the entire like gender thing and how that works, and allocations of duty. And I'm just, dude, come on, my buddy, just so slow it down. So I couldn't even get a word in edgewise myself. So I listened to his entire spiel, whatever, and I learned even more than I didn't know before. So now I knows more today, and I've been contemplating on this. So turns out, surprise, surprise, I was wrong. Surprise, surprise, Wendy was wrong. That's even more surprising, but because she thought it through so much. But it's even more surprising. But what Uncle Dave had been talking about is the very earliest profession where you had to know what you were doing. And basically, there was just two of them. There was gatherers, which he says is the first, and hunters, which he says was the second. And them gatherers, back in the day with the cave folk, cave people, men, women, whatever they were. I mean, sometimes you would have. Anyway, it doesn't matter that part. That part doesn't matter. That was before indoor plumbing, and so we don't even think about that kind of stuff when we talk about them because they just did whatever they wanted to, where they wanted to. But they lived together, right, in a cave, or maybe they built something small like a lean-to or a shelter or something. Anyway, so he says to me, through this, that gatherers were the very first profession because they had to know where to find the stuff to make anything else that these cave people needed in their lives, right? That makes sense to me. And then you could have guys or girls be hunters to get animals or whatever they're going to find outside, far from the cave or the house or the whatever hut, whatever they lived in, or under a hill or in the trees. I don't know. And I started thinking about that. And it turns out what like science guys and girls and such are thinking of or finding out is that it wasn't like boys did this and girls did this, or like the ladies collect the berries and the men go out and hunt whatever kind of things they hunt out there, like giant sloth and stuff. Whatever. There's all kinds of cool creatures if you like look up that stuff for prehistoric animals, but like not dinosaurs. Like a lot of people think like guys rode around dinosaurs and stuff like with like make them into vehicles and things, but that happened. Like dinosaurs was like even done, like way done before any kind of like peoples came around that we know of. There's also still kind of cool animals that are like with fur and stuff instead of like scales and claws. Like they still got claws, but cool teeth too. So the hunters would go for them afterwards, but the hunters would have no weapons except the fists, unless the gatherers had gathered materials to make weapons, right? So anyway, so it turns out anybody could do that. You could be a lady, you could be a man, you could be something else. But I think with those someone else's, they like thought they were very special, right? Like what you was talking about, they're very rare. So they kind of got privileged positions back in those days because maybe they could see different perspectives or two perspectives at once, and that would let them solve conflicts without having it to be a men thing, a women thing, right? So they're kind of like a bridge between or above. A bridge above. I don't know if you can have a bridge above something, but like that. So, yeah, a little long-winded tonight. I'm sorry. Or whatever time it is. I'm not sure what you're watching it, but for me, it's kind of mid-afternoon. So he goes on a bit more about this stuff. And so what these science people are thinking, these prehistorians, I guess, maybe you call them, because it's prehistory. Like before, history is like when you write stuff down. And then, but nobody, they didn't have nothing to write with then. Or even know about writing, I guess. But turns out, like, even like ladies with babies might go hunt, and like guys might stay home and like get the like special grass to like make a basket or weave a basket or something. But then guys started thinking, like, we're tough, we're the big guys, we can throw a spear far. Like once the gatherers gather everything, make a spear, then a hunter could have it to throw, right? Oh, I hope that didn't make a noise when it hit my mic, like a spear into my mic. So then, all of a sudden, these guys start going hunting. Like, guys tend to be bigger than ladies, just whatever, for whatever reason. I mean, the brains are the same. They got the same number of parts, kind of, except for maybe a few fiddly bits. But the muscles get bigger, maybe. I don't know what causes that, but something does. And so they start thinking, we are the ones who are going to go hunt because they're the dangerous animals out there, and we're going to risk our lives to bring home the bacon or whatever. I don't know if they did bacon back then. There's a lot of process involved in bacon. That maybe they didn't know about. But I didn't even know maybe there's like giant boars and pigs. So scary stuff, right? Like if you fight it, they could get you. But humans can make weapons that they can do their own getting the other way around, right? Okay, so that's how you get them. So anyway, and then the ladies kind of stay back, maybe taking care of the baby, because like a guy can't, if a baby has if a baby is held by a guy, that baby needs someone else to give it food. But if a baby comes from a woman, then maybe that woman can breastfeed them or like figure out other ways of feeding them, what a man can't figure out. So maybe those ladies realize we stay back at that village in the cave and make sure the babies stay alive while the other guys go out and hunt. Okay, so that sounds good, right? That sounds good. But these guys start thinking, because we fighting these animals so much, we's the bravest guys around. But here's one thing I bet you they thought of, because I know a lot of guys and they can get lazy if no one's watching. So you got two guys, one guy go out, he says, I saw a big monster thing and scared the prey away and I couldn't catch it. And he comes back, but I was brave still, I was brave. And everyone's like, good job, bud. Next time, you get it next time, bud, you'll get it next time. Everyone's clapping at this guy, because he's telling a good story, right? But that's it, just a story, right? He actually fell on a tree, he hurt his arm a little bit and didn't want to tell anybody, he was embarrassed. So guys out hunting can do that, right? They come back, they just say, no fish. The fish were only this big, so I threw it back to grow. They got lots of good excuses. But what about them people that stays at the village? Because now it's a village, right? Because it's growing, because we got more people, and because the babies are growing. And then they got more people. Well, anybody's working at the village, everybody can see them. You're not doing something at the village, everybody knows you're not doing it at the village. So that seemed to be a more dangerous place to be, and because you can risk getting kicked out of the village with no weapons, no gathering, no hunting, and you lose like your social standing if you don't do nothing, and you can't lie about it because people can just say, "Hey, talk. I saw you staying in the hut all day. Where's your baskets? There was the grass for the weaving. You had time. Why didn't you do it?" And he's not going to be able, or she. I mean, you can make an excuse. I'm just pretend it's the guy. Talk to me sounds like a guy's name. He can't say, well, there was a big monster in my hut, and I couldn't go in there. And then someone else can look in the hut, and they're going to see like there's like a bat or like a little tiny thing. And Talk's going to get like totally whenever they're having a big bonfire, everyone goes laugh at that guy. But the ladies probably know, just don't do that, right? Just work hard, and it's equal opportunity and equal contribution, even though it's different, right? So I think that's a way to be. And it turns out, I believe that Uncle Dave was right about that. That a gatherer is the first and most important profession, and now get this, they don't get enough credit, right? So no one really respected them because everyone thinks because you stay at home, you're lazy. But no, they're working hard too. It's just that when you're out hunting, you don't see that hard work. You just come home and see it done. You think, oh, that was easy. They spent the whole day making that basket, man. Greetalk, he's really working hard now after he got scared by that bat and everyone laughed at him. Now he wants to make amends and say, I'm sorry. I was just tired that day and I needed to sleep and my fingers were sore and I had a little paper, well, not a paper cut, but like a little cut. Anyway, so I think that's a good thing to do. And they got enough credit now, and now we know that anybody can hunt, anybody can gather, and that's good. So, anyway, I finished my projects for the week. I'm really excited. I want to show it to you. I want to see if you can see it. Because you can see my workbench all cleared off, right? I'm going to start a new project next week. But look at this. Take a look at this, baby. Look at that, baby. Look, that's shiny. That is, that's a cast iron pan that I repolymerized with peanut oil, got high smoke point, and I baked that in the oven, and now it's like you don't have to buy that Teflon stuff. You just can put it on iron, the Riddle of Steel. Yeah, that's a good one. That's like from Conan the Barbarian. You should watch it. That's a good movie. That shows you some hunters and gatherers, maybe. That one knows. I think those guys are not quite cave people, but they're older than from back in the day. Anyway. Oh yeah, speaking of, look, take a look at this. Take a look at this. Here's what the girl drew. She drew that for me. Can you see it? It's like a little girl with a balloon. Yeah, like that. And I made a cool shirt out of it, right, with a special printer. So now what I'm thinking is maybe if other people like this shirt, maybe I make a shirt for them too. And then Wendy gets a cut, and I get a cut, and you get a shirt. Anyway, that's about what I've been contemplating today. Oh, looking at the time. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to take so much of your time. But that's it for me. Got some new projects working on, and I don't think I'm gonna go to the club and just watch what happens next time, and maybe I'll make commentary on that, right? Like comments on the comics. Anyway, again, my name is Ignatius William Knowzital. Nobody calls me Iggy, but my friends do call me Will. I am Mr. I Will Knows It All, right? I just want to know stuff, right? Oh, like and subscribe. Okay, so like and subscribe if you can. Take care. Bye-bye.